Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you saw by the title, will be ranking every single eyeshadow palette that I tried so far in 2021. I really was like, I went through my Ulta for a second and I was like, wow, I didn't buy any eyeshadow palettes at Ulta. I did. I bought the Essence one, which I have to grab in a second, but that was it for the year. And I was like, girl, I did good. Well, you know, I just didn't buy any from Ulta because they have like 20 eyeshadow palettes here and I was shook to the core. Very, very shocked. But yes, if you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's just get started. All right, so unfortunately I did not film this look and it turned out so beautiful. So, you know, maybe if you guys really want me to, I can do like a video kind of recreating this look because I literally am obsessed, like literally truly in love. Literally truly madly deeply the whole nine in love. I will show you what eyeshadow palette I'm using soon. I'm so excited, I'm like so squealy. Wow, I didn't even count how many eyeshadow palettes I have for real, but I know it's a lot. The two Essence ones that are still back there, I have not used yet, just so we're clear. And then anything else that I feel like I have to disclose. This is solely eyeshadow palettes, so whether I have a face palette with eyeshadows in it or eyeshadow singles, they don't count. This is only eyeshadow palettes that I've tried in 2021. I believe this is all of them. There might be some that I did try and then decluttered. Those are obviously not being counted, but I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that there was no other ones. There was a little bit of confusion at the end of, it was like December, January, which I think I got some for Christmas, but I can't remember if I had tried some before. I don't know. But, you know, we had a lot anyway, so I was just kind of like, whatever, we're just gonna go with it. Yes, let me count real quick. Yes, we have 23 eyeshadow palettes, so that is obscene. But I had decluttered so many eyeshadow palettes this year, so it's kind of like my eyeshadow palette collection does not feel as out of hand as that seems, you know? All right, let's just jump right in with, I think 23, so I guess this is number 23. We're gonna go from least favorite to favorite. But this is the Kokie palette. It's the Peachy Queen artist palette. I don't know, in the shade Peachy Queen. It's nice. It's nothing like, you know, extraordinary. It is a nicer, just traditional matte palette. The formula is just not superb. It's not like, it kind of, you take a little bit to blend it, build it, whatever. It just takes a little bit to work with it. And so it's not the best. I would not recommend purchasing it. I do want to do a full face of Kokie eventually, which is why I'm holding on to it. But I don't know. The mattes are fine, like it's workable, it's usable, and you can make it look good, but it does take a little bit, which is why I would rank it kind of so low. And then out of all the other eyeshadow formulas, this formula is just not as good. Again, it's not as blendable, it's not as pigmented, it takes a little bit, you know, a little bit of love and a little TLC, which for all the other palettes that I have, for having so many eyeshadow palettes, this one just doesn't get used. The packaging is so cute though, I live. Another one that kind of breaks my heart, but it's hard because I have so many eyeshadow palettes, you know? But the truth of the matter is, if I have it, that means I do like it for some reason and I'm holding on to it for something. Because if I didn't like it, I would have got rid of it when a while ago. But I do have next is the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette. I really like this palette. It's so beautiful and it's nice. It's just like, not my favorite, and out of all the other eyeshadow palettes, there's something that I hold on to it for. I'm like, yes, this is so good, or like, this is what I love about it. And this one, there's nothing really that speaks out to me. The formula's nice, the color scheme is nice, it's just a basic palette, which if I want these tones, this is a good one to jump into because it has just neutrals with the little pops, which is nice. The shimmers are nice, they're just so. And I feel like, you know, there's so many, even my top like 5 palettes I'm looking at, and the formulas are so perfect that this one is just a little bit hard because it's just like so, you know, the color scheme is nothing special or anything like that, which is why it kind of ranks so low. I love the packaging as well, and I do like the formula when I do use it. You can see I haven't even used this entire row, which says a lot because I really love to dig into palettes when I get them fresh and new, and this one was one that was just like, okay, use it once and that was it. I've used it more than once, but you know what I mean. Next is this one. This one probably, I don't even know if I should technically count it, but it's in my collection and I still count it. This is the, I hate speaking Spanish because I'm so bad at it, but it's the Colorina Makeup Studio Borican Puerto Rico eyeshadow palette. This is the, it says it on here, Tradicion eyeshadow palette. And here it is here. It's nice, it's colorful, it's fun. It's just, you know, things that I don't wear every day. And so definitely won't use it every single day. and you know, that's just what it is. I love the formula. The formula is really nice. It did really surprise me. It just was more for the sentimental value of my first time to Puerto Rico. So that's probably what I'll keep this for. But if I ever do want these tones, I do have them and I do like them. So it's not too bad. It's just like, there's no shimmers in here. It's nothing really, it was just a cheap eyeshadow palette, you know? All right, next we have the Cara Beauty Wildflower eyeshadow palette. Now this formula I do like. You'll see another one of these palettes in like this I have a little bit higher because I do like it a lot. This is just a color scheme that's not one I use all the time, and you really only go in here for one kind of look, and that's like oranges, and so that's kind of it. But it is really nice. The formula is nice. It's just, again, not the next level kind of palette. You will find that theme with the next probably 5 or 6 palettes where it's just kind of like not the next level kind of thing, you know? So I like it. It's cute. It's just nothing, you know, extraordinary. Again, the packaging though, stop, she's cute. I think if you're someone who knows you'll like that color scheme and you want something to kind of be a one look palette, this will be a good one. So if you're someone who sees it at TJ Maxx or whatever, you will like it because, again, the formula is nice, the shimmers are nice, the matte's formula is pretty nice. But it's just like, again, one look and that's it, and it's kind of like, okay, next. This one is, I feel bad. You know what, I think this one kind of, yeah. Okay. Next right now is the Kaja Beauty Bento stack in the shade 10 Spiked Ginger. I just feel like the shades missed out a little bit. I just wish that there was like one more. So the matte in the top is nice as like just a setting shade and a light transition shade on my skin tone. If it was a little darker, I think I would have liked it a lot more because you just throw it in the crease, throw the bottom one in the outer corner, and then the middle one on the lid, and you're good to go. Now the middle lid shade, the lady told me, and I kind of was like, I don't know. But it's a topper, and it is more of a like, okay, that looks really gorgeous right now when I swatched it. It's just not the most shimmery, pigmented, splendid. I really did dig in there a little bit. So it is a nice little quad, it's circle, blah. It is a nice little stack here, but I feel like the shades just need a little bit more. If this had a little bit more color, perfect. If this deeper one was a little bit deeper and a little bit more rich, perfect. And if the shimmer was a little bit more pigmented, a little bit more base color, perfect stack. But since they all kind of fall a little hair short, it's just like, maybe if someone who's like a skin tone lighter, if all the colors were true to the color on the outside of them, that would be bomb, but they're not. So again, if you're a little lighter skin tone, maybe this would be perfect for you. But for me, it's just like not my perfect skin tone. Next we have another Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions. Now I do like, again, I like her formula. It's not bad. This is just one that I don't wear these too much during the summer. So I feel like I don't remember when I got this, but I know it just came out at the wrong time. I think I will wear this a lot more in the fall, but right now it's just not my favorite. I like this formula. I like these little things. I used and abused one of the other ones, color scheme she had, and I do like it. It's just nothing, again, extraordinary, nothing super special. It's just your basic good palette, and that's that. And so that's where we rank her. All right, and then next is one that kind of hurts me, but it's just the colors in here. This is the Colourpop pressed powder palette in the shade, it's the Mocktail one, and there's the quads here. And here are the colors here. So I just think the colors that they chose for this, again, were a little bit wrong. Both of these were too deep. None of them could be a crease shade, really. And it's kind of hard because this one, even like to throw in the crease, is a little too deep for me. And I know, depending on your skin tone, you might like it better. But for my personal preference, I also feel like this pink is just kind of random. I'll swatch it because it like is a shift color. But when it shifts pink, it's just like, why do I want an orange in my crease, a brown in the outer corner, and a pink on my lid? I don't know. It just wasn't, to me, it shouldn't have been there. I think it should have been another color. Inner corner shade or another lid shade would have been nice. Like a more champagne-y kind of lid shade would be beautiful. So I don't know. I just think the colors were wrong in here. I will hold on to it for probably ever. But, you know, I do want the new one, though. I do want the, I'm a Gemini, so I want the Gemini one. So bad. A little bit bad, but not so bad. All right, next is another one. This one actually genuinely surprised me. I thought maybe, you know, I would have decluttered already or whatever. This is the Half Caked Your Eyes Only Pigment 9 Shadow Pigment Palette. And here it is here. I got this in an Ipsy, and I do enjoy this. It's a cute little palette. If you want to just throw something together, throw it on, you're good to go. The shimmers are really, really nice and buttery, and they're just the perfect kind of shimmers because they're just those neutral shades that you look for. It does have a pink in here, but it kind of has a pink matte to kind of balance that out. And so it just has, it's a really nice and well thought out palette. And I really do like it. This formula is cute, and the formula is cute. The formula is nice and blendable and smooth. Again, it's obviously, you know, all the other palettes that I'm gonna mention are just a little bit more exciting, and so that's why this one falls kind of where it is at. But this is by no means a bad palette. I really do like it, and it's a cute little thing. It's a cute little guy. A cute little guy. All right. I lost track, but I'll get track. I'll count in a second. Next, we have the Catrice 5 in a Box mini eyeshadow palette. Although I'm last minute switching it up. So next we have the Essence Bronze This Way eyeshadow palette. They're both honestly kind of hand in hand. They're both really small palettes, so you know, whatever. But this one, I just feel like, again, something with the tones is a little off for me, because it's really, there's nothing really to blend your crease with, and so I really would have liked one of these to be either lighter or whatever, or this matte shade to just be a crease shade instead, because I do like the palette. It's fun, it's nice. I just feel like the crease gets out of hand with these two shades, and you're like, I obviously can dip into one of my other 20 palettes, so it's not a necessity, but I just mean as far as reaching into it in general, I just feel like I need to kind of go in here as a accent palette more so. And so for me, it's just kind of, that's why it falls short. The formula is so nice. I love these little palettes, but that one is just why this one falls so low, is just because the colors they put in here. Again, like I was saying, the Catrice 5 in a Box, a mini eyeshadow palette. I do really like this palette. This is another one that shocked me because I do really like it. And Andrea Montalano has been talking about these non-stop as well, because they are really, really good. It's just, you know, it's just a 5 shadow palette. Everything else has way more shades, or some don't have way more shades, but some of them are just better for me and my preferences, and a quick 1, 2, 3 look is more of my go-to. Some of the other ones are more of my go-to than this one. So this one is nice. So it has a nice setting shade, a nice crease shade, a nice outer corner shade, and nice toppers. I mean, lid shades. It's perfect. You know, it's really easy 1, 2, 3. So if you're someone who is looking for that, you cannot go wrong. The formula is nice and smooth and creamy, and everything you want in a formula. This really is it. It's just for me, not my go-to, basically, right? I also have, the next one is the Essence Ice Baby eyeshadow palette. Now this one, we're getting into the ones that I just really do love, but you know, this one is a blue palette, blue silver, so obviously I'm not wearing that every single day, but I do love this formula. I think it's so pretty, so beautiful, and I think that the blues that they did choose and the silvers were really, really nice, especially if you're someone who's going for that ice baby kind of look, you know what I mean? Because you have something a little bit lighter to like kind of blend into the crease, and then you have something a little deeper, and then you have your pops. The thing with this palette and the difference between the bronze palette is that if you're someone who's going for bronze, you're probably not going to wanting something super smoky, super dramatic. You might obviously want to glam, but bronze is more, obviously less colorful than blue. If you're going for blue, you want it to be blue. You know, so that's why I really like this one, because I feel like they did that really, really well. And I think it really just makes it fun, easy, and simple if you're someone who's trying to dabble into a color and you're like, girl, I'm not trying to spend $50 on a blue palette, you know, that I'm gonna use once a year. This one is good for you, and I really, really love it. And ooh, New Year's, ooh, stop, she'll be stunning. Stunning. Next is the same exact kind of thing. This is the Cara Beauty Daydream eyeshadow palette. First of all, this packaging, oh my gosh, I live. It's so cute, but the inside is greens, and it's so delicious, and I love it because it has its little browns here, and it has these shimmers that are a little bit more neutral, and so it just makes green so wearable, and I truly, truly love it. I think it's so beautiful. Again, the formula is really, really nice. I have not used this one as nearly as much as I should have, but I love it, and when I did, oh my gosh, when I do use it, my look is so beautiful and scrumptious, and I just want to wear it every day, all day, like this one. So I live for this palette. I do really like it. Again, it's just green, so obviously everything else is kind of has a little bit more variety for yours truly, you know? Next, we have another one that is really, really good. I do really enjoy this palette. This is the Complex Culture Full-Time Eyeshadow Palette. Not the only problem with it, but this one does tend to be a little bit deeper as well, a very, very pigmented shades. So the 3 middle here are all pretty deep. I could use all of these probably for outer corner shades because they are so deep, and so it's hard for me to kind of come in here and like just blend and have some fun and just play, because I'm like Oh my gosh. But the color scheme is perfect. The shimmers are stunning, and the mattes they are so beautiful, and they just blend like a dream. It's just since they are so deep that it's, you know, it takes a little bit. The middle shade is nice, but then it's like, it doesn't even out when it's just one crease shade, you know what I'm saying? And then you have all this variety. So it's a great palette. That's why it's so high. Let's get real. But it's just like there's a couple nitpicky things. That's why it's not number one, you know? But I do really enjoy this palette a lot. Complex Culture has a really great formula if you're interested. Okay, my tower of palettes is falling. All right, next we have, I don't know. They get a little jumbled up here, but this one I feel like, you know, I really love this palette too. So we're getting into a lot of them. I'm looking around, but I'm like, I love all of these as well. I really love the Wet n Wild In Love with Cocoa eyeshadow palette. It's so good. It smells fun. It smells so delightful. And the shades are just great basic neutrals. You know, obviously, again, this is another one that there's some of them, other ones just have something special to them that really make them stand out, whereas this one is just a really good, you know, neutral palette, and that's the end of it. And so it is good. And if you're someone who sees it in Target, whatever, I would pick it up before it goes away because it is great. And Wet n Wild, there's not a lot of drugstore palettes that are this good, honestly, because even Essence and Colourpop, you can't get at Target. So you know, this is the best, probably, I think the best formula at Target, at the drugstore. So I would try it, but it is, yeah, and it is good. I said it all. I don't even want to repeat myself. It is a good palette. It's just, you know, like I said, some things are a little bit more special, like this one. The Essence Taupe It Up eyeshadow palette. Just look at her. She is stunning. So beautiful. This is like, I don't know, this is one of those palettes that, like, if you're someone who really wants the Natasha Denona Glam palette, but you don't know how to wear cool tones, you don't want cool tones, or you don't want to have a whole palette of cool tones, whatever it is, this one will be your best friend, because for me, it made me dabble into cool tones a little bit, and I usually don't, but this one did, and so I really did enjoy it, and it's so beautiful and easy. You just, obviously, you know, you set your lid with this one, you can blend this in the crease, this in the outer corner, or this in the crease even, because they are a lot more lighter, and then you just top it off with a shimmer. I used all 3 shimmers in one day, and it just looks so beautiful. I really think that if you're someone who's just afraid of cool tones, this is your friend. Obviously, it doesn't have every single cool tone under the sun, but I feel like it's a nice step. And so if you're someone who's even like, you know, you just want some color in your, something unique in your collection, this is a really, really good one as well, because it has those tones, but they're so easy. And you cannot go wrong for $4, $3, $4, $5, whatever it is. So freaking good. So bomb. Oh, now we're getting into my babies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 left, I believe. This one I just love so much. This is the Alter Ego Canon eyeshadow palette. They just came out with a new one, and I'm like, no. I have 3 of their eyeshadow palettes, which I do love, but I think the collector in me more so wants the 4th one than the eyeshadow wearer in me. But anyway, this one is so good. I love Alter Ego's formula. They do very, very well. They really, obviously their palettes are dupes. So I was gonna say they put together palettes really well, but obviously they're dupes, so they don't really do it. But still, such a great formula. And I really have a gripe with, you know, brands can come out with palettes that are so good, same color scheme, amazing formula, and brands are still choosing to sell their palettes for $65. It's clearly a scam. And I don't care what people say about whatever formula, it's clearly a scam. You can do better for cheaper, and especially if it's good. If this is a horrible eyeshadow palette, then obviously don't get it. But this one is amazing. It's so good, and I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Rant over. But the mattes are blendable. The shimmers are smooth and creamy. And this shade really, oh my gosh, I don't know why I wore it for so long. I wore it for like weeks straight because I love it. The shade Desert Moon, it's like a purpley, let's watch it, purpley like gray kind of shade. Oh my gosh. I love her. And everything about this palette is just nice. It's a nice basic palette. If I was going on a trip, I probably would take this, the whole 9, because it is just has so much to it. And the packaging also, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, girl. Next, we have the Colourpop Lizzie McGuire What Dreams Are Made Of palette. I love this palette. They did something so right. I said it 1,000 times before. This palette makes no sense, and you know, you would think like it would be ugly if it wasn't Lizzie McGuire. Lizzie McGuire is the only thing that makes this palette make sense, and I love that because it really stuck true to the show, the movie, the whole 9, and Lizzie McGuire, and I love that. It has your purples, your pinks, your like peachies. excuse me, and then your greens, and I just love it. The shimmers in here are beautiful. The mattes are really, really nice. Colourpop did something really, really well with this palette. I hate these two like shimmer shades down here, like they're sequin or whatever. I just think they need to get rid of sequins in general because they're useless to me. But they're so pretty. I love this green down here, so pretty. The purple too. Ugh, it's rich, deep, and delicious. And I love it. I think this palette is a 10. This palette is so good. So we're about to see what just happened to me. She is a freaking trooper. She's fine. There's a little bit of like fallout, but that's it. Ah! Oh my gosh, that was scary. Wow. Okay, well. Anyway, I was just saying how good this palette was. Like I've said it 1,000 times. It's just a really well thought out, well made palette. And I think there's only one other collection that comes close to this one. Colourpop Mandalorian. No, the Colourpop Mandalorian's better, but this is the only one that came close to that one, I should say. All right, now we're getting into the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Top 6 palettes. I love these all so much. They're just making me so happy. All right, next, I don't know. Okay, yeah. Yes, okay, next is the Patrick Star Visionary One Size Eyeshadow Palette. I love this palette, I really do. Again, now we're getting into all the ones that I just truly love, and they're so special. This one is so nice. The formula is very smooth, very blendable, very creamy, just very fun to play with. You just have your neutrals, and it's so easy. The shade in the middle, everything, 10 out of 10. She's a star. And then the pops over here are fun as well. It's just a very unique palette, and I do really like it. I think the formula is nice and smooth and blendable, like I said 100 times already. And you know, there's not much else to say, but this palette is so good, and there's no fault to it, which is why it's so hot. I do think that I do have some that are like, I don't know, that just really spoke to my soul. And so that's why this one kind of fell where it was. At first it was a little higher, but I was just like, but if I had to go repurchase all these palettes, I would repurchase all the other ones before this one, all the other ones that I'm about to mention before this one, which is why I kind of went where I went, but I do really love this one, you know? All right, and then next, I don't know, they're all just so good, but I really freaking love the Essence Coral Me Maybe eyeshadow palette. I think this is, first of all, this is the cheapest one out of all of them. This is $2.99. I believe the rest of them are $3.99, which is very weird. I don't know what's happening, or if it just was that day, but still, I love this palette so much. I think this is the best one because you have just the perfect shades in here, perfect peachy shades. Of course, it's one coral shade, sorry, but of course, it's one, you get kind of one, like, what's the word? You kind of get one look out of this, but they're so good and it's so cute and I love it. And I think that if you're someone who likes peaches, even corals, even slightly, you will love this because it has just the perfect crease shade that it just really takes your look there. And for me, it works on my skin tone. So there are plenty of skin tones that it will work on and I love it. And the matte brown can either really like take your look to the next level or you don't have to wear it, obviously. And so I love that you can use it as liners, outer corner, and it just gives your look the extra And then the shimmers in here. Oh, so stunning. They're so beautiful. They're soft and this palette really did something to me. And then can I just add a little bonus here? The song Call Me Maybe is this palette and I love it. So it's Just Met You, Wishing a Well, Stair Was Holding, Pennies and Dimes, In My Way.
Hey, I just met you and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe.
I love it. It's so cute, so fun. Everything about this is perfection. And again, not one slight complaint. Well, not one. This is another great one that just makes me happy looking at it. The Colourpop Creamsicle Pressed Powder Palette. I do love this palette so freaking much. So bomb. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I don't know why pinks, I love pinks, and I hate that I love pinks because I don't want to love pinks, but they just look so good on me, and I just love when they look at me, and this is so easy. You have a crease shade, outer corner shade, whatever you want with this. You could just do this shade all over. And then throw a shimmer on and it's perfect. It's the perfect little quad here because it has just the perfect shades to it, especially for my skin tone. So if you're someone who's my skin tone and you're looking for a perfect pink palette, here she is. It's bomb. Again, no complaints. I love how small and compact it is, how easy it is. The formula is blendable, it's smooth, it's creamy. You don't have to worry about anything with these shadows, and so I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm like last minute just switching it up because I love this. Oh my gosh, we'll talk about it. Next, we have the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette. Again, a broken record. I love this palette. It's so good. And the mattes in here are blendable. They're smooth. The shimmers are beautiful. And they're more like toppers. So if you're someone who's expecting a very lot of base pigment, don't. They are like toppers. So heads up. But they're so good and so smooth. And I feel so bougie like having this. I feel like a broken record. And I hate that I love it so much because she's expensive. She's expensive. But so good. And the one palette that dethroned my Patrick Ta, the two palettes actually. But the other one was obvious, and this one, it only half counts, but I'm gonna count it anyway. Next, we have the Wet n Wild Be My Honey eyeshadow palette. Dude, the look that I did with this. Oh my gosh, I just want to wear yellows every day, every freaking day. I love it because now I have like my staple silver palette, I have my staple blue palette, my staple greens, and my staple yellows. I did not know that I needed, so delicious. I did not know that I needed yellow in my life, but I did, and I was missing it in my life, and here we are. I am so glad that I picked this up because it is so scrumptious. The mattes in here are beautiful, but the shimmers, true stars. You have to be careful because they will like crumble. But they are literally perfection, and I did not know that Wet n Wild could make a formula this well. Because not gonna lie, I have not liked very many Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes. This is my favorite one by far, and I'm obsessed. Again, Wet n Wild. Yeah. If you have seen this collection, if you still have it in your Target, I saw it in my Target like 2 days ago, so it definitely has to still be there. But I would get it before it's gone. It was limited edition. It is limited edition, but it is so spectacular. If you want to try yellows, I say go for it. Just dip your toe in because they're so neutral. It has like your neutral kind of a mustardy yellow. It has like your bright yellow if you want it, but you have the shimmers in here that are really the true star, and I love it. It really is a neutral palette with some oranges, some yellows, but they do it so well that it's just perfection, and I love this palette so much. I just want to wear it every day. Stop. The palette that I know is going to be my #1 for the entire freaking year, and I just got it, so this is only my second time using it, which is why I said it half counts, but I'm counting it because you guys need to know how in love I am with it, and there's no way anything will dethrone it. The Beauty Bay Wilderness Eyeshadow Palette. Y'all, this is what I'm wearing today. This is what's on my eyes. Would you have guessed? No, because you think, oh, wilderness must be greens. No, it has so much variety. I just want to hold on. While you're staring at my eyeshadow, let me make sure it's perfected. Oh my gosh. So let's open her out, right? Shall we? I'm sure you've seen it everywhere because it is so delicious. But I did a green look. Oh my gosh, I'm crying. I want to cry so bad because it is so scrumdiddlyumptious. It's not even funny. I love it. So rich, so delicious, and I loved my green look. Now I'm wearing mints. Are we kidding? Who am I? I don't wear mints, but I love it, and I look like a superstar, and I just want to wear it every single freaking day. So delicious. And oh my gosh, I cannot wait to play with the reds in the fall. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do a red look next. I have to because I just have to. And then we have some other blues up here too, which is really, really nice. I didn't obviously dip into those yet, but they're so nice. You have so much in this palette. It was $15, and I'm crying because this palette should be probably $50. It should be $50 because it's that good. So good. The mattes are blendable, smooth. They're perfect. The shimmers, perfection. They're so like creamy. I don't know what this is called, but they are literally creams. They're literally like the Colourpop Super Shock shadows. Ugh. So creamy, so smooth, and I don't know, like this is the best shimmer formula that I've tried, honestly, because they are so perfect. And you do have to use your finger, might I add, because when you use a brush, you either have to wet your brush first, like wet it, then put it in the thing, because it will kind of like I don't know if you can tell a little bit, it will kind of try to crumble away if you try to use a dry brush, because it's kind of, I don't know, it's like if you, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway. So you want to make sure you use your finger or something, but this inner corner shade too, the shade Ray, is what I'm wearing today. I freaking love it because you can see it has a little bit of green to it, but it has that like white base. So like even with the mint look today, it looks perfect. But when I wear my green look, it was perfect. I don't know if it'll go with the red look, but I know the blue look it'll work with too, which is really, really nice. And then also we have this shimmer too, which I can use with the red look. So I don't know, I'm all around impressed, and I probably, if you guys want to see a freaking like 6 looks or 5 looks with this maybe, I will do it. Should I do it? How many shimmers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can do like a 5 looks with this palette. Let me know, because this is a true star. And I know, like, I've raved and loved about a lot of these palettes, and a lot of these are so good. I would not trade them for the world, but this one, aww, this quote is really nice. So the quote for today is, every problem in life has a gift inside. So don't get upset when you face problems. So don't get upset when you face problems. Someone wrote that wrong. When you face your problems, it may have a more beautiful ending than your expectation. And I love that. Oh my gosh, it's so true. That is it for this video, guys. Oh my gosh, am I so excited. This just really made me so excited. I want to just keep talking about it forever. I want to take all my makeup off and do it all over again. I'm not gonna, because this look is stunning. But yes, that is it for this video. Comment down any of your favorite palettes. If you want me to try any of these palettes, play with them more on my channel, whatever it is, I will try my best. Obviously, it's a little hard when I get new palettes, but I'm trying to cut down on my eyeshadow palette intake for the end of the year, just because I have so many here that I haven't loved as much as I should, because I keep getting new ones, but I'm so excited. That is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.